Richard Jefferson, Malika Andrews, Chiney Ogwumike, Kendrick Perkins, Zach Lowe is standing by, as well as Adrian Wojnarowski. And the Celtics and Hawks game, I mean, it was a little closer, right, than we expected maybe it to be. So we're going to get to that because the Celtics did handle their business. But we have to start with two massive Game 6s that are going down tonight on ESPN.
Let's go.
We have the Warriors, the Lakers. They can both close out their first-round series at home tonight. So with that, let's bring Zach Lowe into this conversation because out of all of the players, Zach, who are going to see the floor for these four teams, who is the singular most important guy?
It's still, all these years later, LeBron James, because the Lakers should not want any part of going back to Memphis for a Game 7. And I thought LeBron, by his standards, played a passive game in Game 5. 5 of 17, 9 of his shots were threes. And we saw Memphis went all in on shooting. They played smaller. They played more guards, more Luke Kennard, more Tyus Jones with Ja Morant. If LeBron has a well-spaced floor for his team, and the other team has all those little guards on defense, that is hunting time for LeBron. That is, where is Luke Kennard? Bring him into a pick and roll with me, and if they switch, I'm posting up. Where's Ja? Where's Tyus? And we didn't see that bully ball gear from him in that game, and that's fine. That's the luxury of a 3-1 lead with Game 6 at home. He's 38 years old. He's played more minutes than all but one guy in the history of the league. But tonight, I expect to see that guy come out if Memphis plays small like that again and try to pound the Grizzlies into that good night in the playoffs.
Okay, so Chiney, this can be the most important player from any of the games tonight, any of the four teams. Who are you taking?
Yeah, if we thought about the big scheme of things, the big picture, obviously LeBron James, but specifically, this is Game 6. And who was built for Game 6s? We all know the answer. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson, he shoots almost 50% from three. The Warriors, they sort of had a lot of drama in this series. And if he's able to show up in his Game 6 Klay version.
Oh, Game 6 Klay version.
I mean, no way.
You said Game 6 Klay. You said the magic word. So let's just remind the people, the magnum opus. It was 2016, Chiney, 41 points, a record 11 three-pointers. Big win here to keep their series alive, their season alive at this point. And then we keep it pushing today because it's 2018. Down 3-2 to the Rockets, and Klay Thompson has 35 points, 9 triples in a 29-point blowout. I mean, my goodness, look at young Klay Thompson.
Young Klay.
And then last postseason, of course, helped close out the Grizzlies. High 30 points, 8 threes. The Dubs won by 14. I'll let you get back to your point, Chiney.
Yeah, I mean, I get the logic. I get the takes. But right here, this is all about vibes. This is all about feelings. This is all about emotions. He's made this a thing. Klay Thompson showing up in Game 6. You see the numbers right there. 48% shooting from three. That is wild. And so looking at this, just for fun, that's something fun to follow tonight.
It's going to be fun unless you're on the other side.
Well, that's true. Sorry, I still love the Light the Beam crew.
Who are you looking at, Perk?
I'm going with the other. Okay, like we could easily pick out.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, let me finish. Okay, let me finish. We can easily pick out the superstars and the stars, but we know it's going to be an unsung hero in one of these games that are going to help one of these teams elevate and get the win. And I'm going with Dennis Schroeder. When I look at the Los Angeles Lakers and I look at this series, Desmond Bane and Ja Morant has had it their way on the perimeter. And no offense to D'Angelo Russell. I believe he can provide an offensive spark, but he's not Dennis Schroeder when it comes down to being a pest on the defensive end, picking up 94 feet, being able to at least contain Ja Morant in certain points of the game, even Desmond Bane. If the Lakers want to win this, Darvin Ham has to play him more than 19 minutes, okay? He got to put it up there about 30. Like, I expect more minutes for Dennis Schroeder. I think he's going to be the deciding factor on why the Lakers win this game tonight.
No, I do agree with a large portion of what you said. D'Angelo Russell, to me, is at the point now where if he's not scoring, he's not doing much else for you. So you want to give him that opportunity, and he's played so well late that I think it's hard to kind of just say, hey, we're gonna skip on you. We're gonna move to Schroeder. This is what I'm talking about. I want to tell you guys what the real key is. right? Because we got 2 games here.
Tie your shoe, Richard.
You know what? My shoe ain't tied because you know what? I like to keep it
Casual.
here. It's casual Monday here in the studio.
It's
we want to
Friday.
chop it up. It's Friday for y'all. Anyway, this is who I think is the key. It is Draymond Green and Kevon Looney. I think these 2 are going to be the key to the game. Why? Because of their defense on Sabonis. Sabonis is the hub of everything that they do on the offensive end in Sacramento. So if we roll Z tape, we can show you some of the things. Now here, look at how they're guarding Sabonis. Look, they have so much depth, and Draymond now gets to play free center, or free safety, excuse me. He's got an okay shooter there in the corner. But watch, Draymond gets to float. Now Draymond gets to go back to his man. See, Draymond's allowed to be free safety, and Kevon Looney is there to guard every single thing that they need. Now here, again, you put Draymond in the pick and roll. Now Draymond is guarding him. Look, he's able to play free safety, get to De'Aaron Fox, because you know De'Aaron Fox, you got to have 2 people guarding him at all times. But Draymond Green's activity has been outstanding. And then if he's able to give you something offensively, he scored 20 points for the first time all season. He scored 21 points for the first time in a playoff game since 2019. So to me, if we're talking about the most important cog of this game, if Draymond Green plays well, if Draymond Green plays to that level, it doesn't have to give you 20. If he gives you 15 points, if he does what he's done defensively, I think the Golden State Warriors ain't going to have no problems.
So he's come off the bench the last 2 games. Shanae, would you bring him off the bench again in this game? If
I
you're
would.
Steve Kerr?
First of all, if you have an unbothered player who can make that strategic move and really just feel like he's doing the best thing for the team, it has translated to wins. The game in which he did not play, obviously he drove to the arena and said, hey, I see what is happening when I am coming off the bench and with the rotations. And as I said before, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. That's what Perk said. And so what they see is that they have better offensive floor spacing. Jordan Poole seems more consistent shooting the ball and just sort of feels like he's more involved early on. And then lastly, he's out there just playing defense and playing to his strengths. And so I think, Richard, you're exactly right. Maybe your answer is his answer, the others. Because the others stepping up, I know a lot of people will focus on Steph. A lot of people will focus on Clay.
Like yourself.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like you just said, a lot of people are going to focus on Clay. You just did a Game 6 play. We mean what I mean.
No, but what I'm saying is the others, Kevon and Draymond, could really be the ones that impact them. So you guys have the same-ish answer.
No, we don't have the same.
Never?
Since we're talking about Golden State, I'm actually riding with them now. I'm actually riding with them. Yeah, I'm actually
jumping ship?
Yeah, I am. I'm jumping ship right now. I'm actually a fan of the Golden State Warriors. I believe that, one, they're the smartest team in the league right now. I'm watching teams around the league and the quote-unquote contenders, they're playing dumb basketball, stupid basketball. Coaches are making dumb decisions. And when I look at this team, Draymond Green getting suspended was the best thing that happened to this Warriors team because, to me, it made them come closer together. Now, all of a sudden, when Draymond comes back and he tells Steve Kerr, hey, you know what? I'm going to take a lesser role. I'm going to come off the bench. All of a sudden, guess what? The energy kind of changed in the locker room. And all of a sudden, you give a certain level of confidence to Looney to go out there and be the best version of himself. And I'm actually loving the 6-man Draymond. They might need to ride with that through the rest of the playoffs because, again, it's not who starts, it's who finishes. So when I'm looking at them play and Clay shot making, along with what Steph has been doing, looking like arguably the best player in the playoffs outside of Jimmy Butler, I just don't know if the team have the depth, the intelligence, and the sacrifice to beat this team in the 7-game series.
Well, look, I get what you're saying, and sometimes I think when the situation happened with Draymond at the beginning of the year, it did break the team apart. Like they haven't been disjointed. So now all of a sudden, Draymond gets a chance to be like team first. Here, this is about you guys.
Good point.
Like, I'm going to come off the bench. I know I have my issues, but when it comes to winning and when it comes to the game of basketball, team first, and like to your point, that can bring the team together. The last thing I'll say is of these 2 games, right, the team that gets, if this goes 7, the difference is I believe that the Warriors can win in 7. I don't think that the Lakers can win in 7 on the road.
Oh, agreed.
That's the difference. That's the difference. So this Memphis-Laker game, it's all about Game 6. The Warriors, in my humble opinion, they have a little bit more leeway.
Even with their road struggles.
Even with their road struggles, they just won a game on the road. I'm not going to root it. I'm not going to bet against like the Golden State Warriors and their team.
This is must win for the Lakers.
Yeah, the Lakers.
It's hard.
It's must
We
win.
don't want to put the extra miles on either.
Yeah, but it's hard for me to doubt Braun in the
I'm
game
not
7.
doubting Braun. It
And
ain't Braun I'm doubting.
I can't count him out. Who you doubt?
All right, shoot. How many other players they got on their roster?
Well, under Steve
The other
Kerr, at
14.
least,
The other
the
14.
Warriors, they're 10-3 at home with an opportunity to clinch a series as opposed to 12-7 on the road. So it does get a little bit shakier. Game 6s going down. And speaking of Game 6s, the Jays, they closed out the Hawks last night in the A. So Woj is here with the latest.